It is I, the Socrates of RPGs, your main man Andrew Wood. And no, that's not just one of those clever, oh, so clever, wrestling one-liners I come up with. One of my subscribers, something like GHALE, something like that. I'm pulling this off the top of my head from last night. Left that in the comment box. Listening to you speak about RPGs is like being in ancient Greece and hearing Socrates lecture on philosophy. And I said, that's good. And damn well correct as you are on that topic. So I wanted to share that with all you guys just for your edification and viewing pleasure. And it's all about pleasure right around here. Now, speaking of pleasure, I'm going to tell you how to get the most pleasure out of your gaming experience. We're going to call this the wrong puzzle piece. Don't be the wrong puzzle piece, because that piece is a piece of trash. And if you've been listening, you damn well knew that was coming, because I'm working that in each and every time that I can. Now, what am I talking about? Well, I actually have notes on this. I have two crudely drawn things that vaguely resemble sentences in their unpunctuated fragment-like state. What I'm talking about is make sure your DM can work with the concept you've given them. Make sure that they have your character. Make sure that you have a puzzle piece that goes into their puzzle piece. And the other puzzle piece they click on. And you can click on it. And you can get into that mind and get into the story and make sure that they can build around it. And they have other characters they can build around it. Eventually they can build the things together. If you are the puzzle piece that they cannot work with, that they cannot use, they ain't going to work with you. They ain't going to use with you. At least not much. At least not much good stuff, at least not much A material. Now you want to be like the first draft pick of RPGs and get involved in the action early, often, and at all times if possible. You don't want to be sitting on the sidelines like that jabroni that plays right field that gets in for 2 fucking innings. You know when you're that dude, and you know you don't want to be that dude. That dude is the opposite of opulent, and that's a bad place and position to be in. So, think about it, man. Think about ways where you can entice and enthrall your game master. And I've heard people talk, even in the community here, in videos. Well, game masters take whatever you play. Wrong. And this isn't one of those wrong. You have your opinion. No, this shit is just fucking flat out wrong. And the reason being, no other opinion is fucking has any weight here. No time you come to me and say, fuck that. Your opinion can eat a dick. So, and the reason being is because, sorry, I'll be itching here. I get the little Michael P.S. Hayes beard going on from Bad Street, USA. I'm talking about the last house on the left, motherfuckers. So, I'm sure like 8 people out of the 300 sort of watches are going to get that reference. But if you do, you do. So, what I'm talking about is when you have that kind of a situation, make sure you're giving your game master something to work with. Not only something to work with, but something they're going to enjoy. Make the game fun for them. You make the game fun for them, you'll win because they keep running the game. If they're being bored out of their mind, getting that DM burnout. You know, and as a game master say, dude, I can't use that concept. I can't use that character. I don't like it. I just don't fucking like it. Give me another one. Do not ever, ever, ever fucking feel obligated. If a player walks, you know what? Players are easy as fuck to find. Players are easy as fuck to find. Game masters are the ones doing all the real heavy lifting anyway. A player don't want to be part of your experience. There's going to be problems with them anyway. If they can't give you more than one concept. One time I had this stupid fool. These 2 dudes rolled in my house, right? And brand new. We got them off like a board up at the shop way back in the day when I'm running a Ravenloft. I'm like a senior in high school. So I'm like 17. And these guys come by the house. And they're talking. And the one guy like, is being reasonable. And the other guy tries to strong arm me. And in Ravenloft, man, I pretty much let you play what you want to play. The guy had the stupidest concept in the entire Ravenloft game, and I ran this for 4.5 years, and I had some stupid-ass concepts. I had this guy named Stupid Mike, and Stupid Mike basically tried to feed me the Wolverine background story for his character, and Stupid Mike was fucking Stupid Mike, and if you know Stupid Mike, you know what's good, and Nugulus, you know what I'm talking about. And I said, whoa, that's horrible. Still, not as bad as this. The guy said, the only thing in D&D I like to play is this bizarre, well, he didn't say bizarre, I'll say bizarre now, I'm being nice by saying bizarre, this trash that he found in a Dragon magazine. And remember, Dragon magazines should only ever be used for heat. And that's what I'm saying. Throw them in a fucking can and burn them because they are trash. I have no respect for Dragon magazine. They're just garbage that has done tremendous damage to so many games. And gamers are like, well, I guess you could play that class. Well, unfortunately, that class is 20 times more powerful than anything else. Now, I am not one of these, you gotta balance everything out. I'll let you use any goddamn feat you find in any book, but it needs to be a real published book. Not a Dragon magazine where they're so desperate for money, they're trying to get anything they can out. But I'm going to go off of that tangent on Dragon magazine, which I fucking hate, by the way, and talk about what this fucking imbecile wanted to play, and he was an imbecile. So the imbecile says to me, he says, my main man, I want to play this thing from some Oriental Adventures Dragon magazine that is a guy that turns into a fucking panda. I just looked at him, I said, no, we can't do that. We can't do that. Oh, that's all I like to play. And he's like I was going to have to cave and give in. Well, that motherfucker didn't get to play, and his friend didn't get to play either. So who missed out now? That game ran 4.5 years. Your ass is probably living in a cardboard box now. At least that's how I think of it. So that is an example of not giving, you give me a piece. Like in a puzzle, you need like inserts and outputs. This motherfucker just gave me a little box. It wasn't even a right puzzle. That's a big damn problem. Sometimes motherfuckers try to feed you the wrong puzzle. Like, this is not part of the 150 piece puzzle I have here. It's not part of it. This is like a giant block from a Lego set. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with it. I ain't going to use it. So to the floor with you, with repetition. So that's really important to think about it. When you make a character, make sure your game master can get with it, can endorse it, can be about that character. If your game master's like, whatever, you fucked up. Make the game master, yeah, I was thinking, and solicit information from solicit ideas. Get that game master on board. Make the game master your number fucking one fan. Guess who is the man that rocks the Casbah when you enchant the game master's mind with your character? It'll be you. This is how I play. This fucking works. Trust me. I know what I'm doing. Now, when you're getting tips on how to work with your game master, make sure the person giving them to you is neutral evil, because neutral evil people don't give a fuck. We're trying to get ours, and we want to make sure that you can get yours too, because that's the whole thing, the misconception people have. Why not let everybody have theirs? But you better not take it from me. And if you're in my game, I sit beside the game master. Believe that. So what I'm really talking about here is when you are trying to sit beside the game master, when you're trying to make the game master happy, when you're trying to make the game work better, make sure you're giving the game master something to work with. It's not like, oh, well, I have this stupid ass idea. First thing I always do is, man, what do you want? What do you need? What do you want to see me play? What would you like? What would be cool for you? What would be interested? I'll play some shit I don't even like. I'll try to be like, I'm not giving you all of it. I'm not saying here make my character, but give me one. Give me one piece. Maybe give me 1 out of 10. And I'll work it in. I'll figure a way to find it. Oh, you really want to see a guy playing a blacksmith in this D&D game? Okay, you really want to see somebody play a caitiff and vampire? I'll play that. Yeah, this would be fun. Let me have my own take on it. Let me have my own spin. Do that. I'm not saying let a game master make your character, let him dictate, but you have some compromise. Remember, the character isn't just your character. It's not just what you have control over. The game master has part of that character, has part of that investment. You have to allow also for the game master to allow your character to grow and change in different ways that you don't expect. The game isn't about, I have to do this, and I have just 20 level builds, and you have to respect that. No, your build can eat a dick. How about that? I don't know respect for that trash. Play a character. Let it change. Let it morph. Let it become something different, unique, beautiful, creative. Creative. Nothing creative about lining 20 levels up. It's fine to say, okay, well, I think this feat and this feat and this feat, and these classes might be good, but if something else flips in the game, run with it, man. You be doing thief stuff, take a thief level. Hey, fuck your build up. No, son, you got some skill points, you got some saves. You're going to get something out of any class. No class is dead. No use of skills are dead. You're going to find a use for them if you're creative, if you're clever, if you're intelligent. If your game master is, they're going to say, okay, well, yeah, I know you took basket weaving, but right on here, we got this whole joint for basket weaving. Damn, you work some shit for this new basket weaving I got? This is going to be most excellent and exciting, and you're going to get value, play, and entertainment out of it. Remember, if the game master's your fan, if the game master's on board with your concept, your character's made, and you want to be made, and you're paid, you're laid, you're going to be in that position where the game master's thinking about your character after the game. I'm going to tell you a secret. As a game master for 4.5 years, I think about the characters after the game, in between sessions. You know which ones I think about? The ones that entertain me, the ones that are interesting, the ones that have potential. You know which ones I don't think about? Number 5 and number 6. I ain't got much for you. I'll be like, there's 2 lines for you, and here's 18 pages for the character I like best. Not that I'm playing favorites. It's that I have something to work with. And that character is entertaining, interesting. It brings a new level to my mind, brings something that I can use, and your game master is going to be like that. He might not put the same amount of work in, but he's going to think about the things that interested him, about what entertained him, not about what was simply part of, not simply part of the game, not what you try to roll over on. If a game master's like, I really don't think I like that, back off it, flip it around, play something else, play that character in another Game Master's game, because Game Master A might not get with something, but Game Master B might, and Game Master A might get with it the next game. It might be, this time, yeah, that Tiefling Necromancer might work it perfect here, but this other game where we was having, a bunch of paladins in a holy war, that Tiefling Necromancer, this cat of evil, he didn't really fit. He was going to get sorted out. He was putting stress. I tried to figure it out. I didn't like it. Talk to your game master. Never ever try to steamroll. Never try to force a concept. Never go, I get to make what I want. And anything that gives you, what Boulder Ross, like I say, a player's bill of rights. Fuck a player's bill of rights. Your game master got rights. Got rights to that ass. And you best believe you need to make that game master happy. Because if you don't, what's he going to have for you? What reason does he have to invest if you don't have the ability to invest back, to have that respect, to have that? Talking to your dungeon master, DM Johnny, call him what you will, know him as you like. And he's saying, my main man, players don't got no fucking respect these days. These fools come up wrong and they don't have respect. Playing this, encounters and all this trash, he said to me. And I said, oh man, I look here, man, I understand that, I believe that. But the thing I try to tell people nowadays is make it so you have respect. Make it so your game master can get involved with what you're trying to do. So you go, oh yeah, I got these ideas too, and I get with it. And bring them like several different kinds of ideas. I got this idea, this idea, this idea. What do you like best? Which one is better? Which one works most? Because some game masters are gonna be shy and go, we do whatever you want. Not a game master say, no, don't do whatever you want. Because you know what? They are gonna put you into positions where you are running things that you're not comfortable with, you're not interested in. And if you get a boring ass character in your game and you only have like 1 or 2 characters, boy, that's gonna be a short ass game. You're gonna be like, I can't really get involved with that. That's not too much for me in this game. It's not too interesting. But that same player may have been able to produce something that was more up your alley. If you like this fast talking slick rogue, he could play that, but all of a sudden he's playing a barbarian that's putting wrestling moves on people. You don't give a fuck about wrestling. I mean, that's a jack to you, but it's not going to entertain you. I'm not going to play a barbarian that wrestles in a game. I'm like the game master. Hey man, you know anything about wrestling? You know anything about MMA? You know anything about fighting? You like some wild brawls? No, I don't really like that. Okay, well, let me scratch that off the list. Do you like having long explorations of the underworld and getting into the machinations and politics of a political organization like a thieves guild, like a gang? Okay, well, you like that. That's interesting to you. I'm getting you. And you sit there and watch your game master. Game master lie to you because a lot of times game master have never ever fucking heard this from players before. They'll be like, So it's important to talk to a game master like that and get something out of them. Now, before I go, I'm going to give you guys a question at home. I just got done coming from my Thursday night D&D game. It's like the 5th time we played. 4 players in the game. I'm going to tell you race. I'm going to tell you class. So you guess right in the box below what your main man was playing. Now just remember, I'm just going to give you the basics. Now I'm keeping it optional. I'm making this as entertaining and exciting as I can. These are what we have. We have a gnomish wizard. We have a human fighter. We have an elvish bard. We have a dwarven fighter. Which one of those 4 is me?